Why can't you announce this earlier? Hey guys, Crispy Cody here from the Crispy Reviews podcast. I wanted to talk about Shaky Knees versus Riot Fest. Yeah, let's get into it. So as you may or may not know, Shaky Knees announced their lineup a while ago. I would say it was back in like February or March. We were very quick to purchase our tickets because, as you can see, this lineup is just so good. From the top acts, headliners are The Strokes, 21 Pilots, and Gorillaz. Those three acts alone are well worth the $350 ticket, in my opinion. Everything else is just a bonus. Friday through and through is probably the biggest day of the entire festival, even though it's the smallest or shortest, I should say. You got Turnstile, Fontaines DC, Geese, Danny Elfman, Hot Mulligan, Snow Strippers, Ben Howard, Alice Phoebe Lou, Goldford, and Cartel. Really good stuff. I'm super stoked to try and see Danny Elfman, Geese, The Strokes. Those ones are way up my alley. I'm super excited for it. But Saturday, Pavement's on there, The Prodigy, Pierce the Veil, Jimmy Eat World, Blood Orange, Peach Pit, Taking Back Sunday, Minus the Bear, his Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, The Rapture, Jordy Greep, just a few more to name. Everything else lower than that was just kind of okay. And then Sunday to end out with, you got Gorillaz, LCD Sound System, Wu-Tang Clan, Knocked Loose, Modest Mouse, Santi Gold, Bones Thugs and Harmony, and a couple more down in there. But let's talk about Riot Fest. We got Tool, 21 Pilots, Pierce the Veil. Of course, we know that those two are shared at Shaky Knees and Riot Fest. And Alanis Morissette. But let's look at this undercard. This undercard is what sells this music festival by far. It blows Shaky Knees away. It's a little bit more money than the regular GA ticket that sold for Shaky. I believe it was around $350 for what we purchased per person, but this was $370 after taxes and fees is what I was seeing in the checkout cart. Let's go through it. You got Rise Against, Social Distortion, Alkaline Trio, Bad Religion, Nos, All American Rejects. You got The Format, Taking Back Sunday, Descendants, Pennywise, and the return of Bright Eyes. They dropped from the lineup in 2024. I was so excited to see them, and they dropped from the lineup. Here they are, back on the lineup again for 2026, 2 years later. Mom Jeans. You can forget about Morrissey. Who cares about him? He's probably going to cancel. Iggy Pop, Elvis Costello, Pixies, Patti Smith and her band, Sugar, Sex Pistols featuring Frank Carter from Frank Carter and the Rattlesnakes. Amazing guy. I've met him in person. Love him and his freakish energy. He's got crazy energy. We got Chicago's Good Old Boys. Twin Peaks just did a onslaught of shows at the Thalia Hall, and they were some of the best shows that everybody was talking about this past month. A lot of people were going crazy about them. It's amazing they're back, but they only wanted to do those shows, supposedly. But they added them to a lineup in California to appease those in the West Coast at a festival there. But I was hopeful and wishing that they were going to get added to Shaky Knees. And boy, was I wrong. They were right here on Riot Fest's lineup, along with internet trending act from French Canadians. I'm going to say their name totally wrong because I do not know how to say their name. Agene de Pure Trine. They wear these funky costumes and they play like microtonal punk music, or freak rock music, I like to call it. And it's super dope, super awesome. You got Santi Gold, Public Image Ltd, which is the other half of Sex Pistols, when he broke off from the band, he went off to make this. And they have some awesome 80s sounding stuff, like similar to Tears for Fears, Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark, that kind of stuff. Sounds really good. I love it. You got Tricky, which is one half of Massive Attack. You got Canada's good old boys, Pup, punk rockers, love them. Amazing live energy. You got Motion City Soundtrack, The Beths, Joey Valiance and Bray. You got Bayside, Thrice, 303, Cartel, Less Than Jake, Bowling for Soup, Take a Bloodbath with Gwar, Brian Fallon and the Painkillers. This is Laura Lee, Sincere Engineer, and this bottom half here. I know it just sounds like I'm naming names, but I'm telling you, most of these names I know of, and I have seen a good portion of them, but these are all high-class names that are just all paired together on this lineup, and it's stacked to the frickin' moon and back. Guttermouth, Fleshwater, The Chats, Slick Rick, hip-hop master guy. We got frickin' Afro Man. He sings that joke song or whatever, I wanted to do my laundry, but then I got high. Yard Act, amazing, from across the pond at Europe. Destroy Boys, Mariachi El Bronx. We got Arm's Length, Chat Pile, JMSN, Show Me the Body, Haywire, Violet Grohl, who also is playing Shaky Knees, but that is Dave Grohl's daughter, FYI, of Foo Fighters. Foxy Shazam, Saturdays at Your Place, Frankie and the Witch Fingers, Teen Mortgage, and a new one I discovered called Melt Banana. They are a Japanese noise rock band that didn't find fame in Japan, but they found fame in the UK and America because of the punk rock scenes that we have here. And dude, like, there's even more. Soul Glow's on there as well. Like, come on. I just have to say, like, hands up to the Riot Fest team and their work on making this happen, but why can't you announce this earlier? If I knew that this lineup was dropping, I 100% probably would have picked this. But I have to say, there are a couple artists that make me hesitant to let go of Shaky Knees. The main artist that I definitely don't want to skip at Shaky Knees is Danny Elfman, Geese, and Gorillaz. Now, those are only 2 days that I'm really excited for, I have to say. But really, like, I've looked at this undercard and stuff. I've looked up most of these bands that are on here, and I can't get behind them. I don't know what it is. They're not as good as what we have at Riot Fest. It is such a well-rounded lineup that they are offering, and it's quite literally insane that Riot Fest had the pool that they just did. But why in the hell do they have to be on the same damn weekend? Like, we need to get these two festivals off each other's backs, so then we, the consumer, can be able to enjoy both in a back-to-back weekend kind of setting. That would be amazing. But I have to hand it to Riot Fest. I think they have the best built lineup I have ever seen for the best price at $370 for all of that. It's insane. Compared to this is so top heavy. It's a joke. It's honestly a joke that this is what we get. But I can't be such a Debbie Downer, because this lineup is great. I've had great history with Shaky Knees before in the past, and I just wish that they still hosted their festival in May, to be honest with you, or at least later in October. I have to say, Riot Fest, I think it's the clear winner here. Share your comments below and what you think on Shaky Knees versus Riot Fest. I'd love to know your thoughts. Thanks. Crispy Cody over and out.